What is up, guys? What's going on? Hope everybody is doing well. Y'all are having an amazing day, whatever time it is that y'all are tuning in from. This is recorded. I'm on here right now. It is Friday night, 10:40 p.m., November 2nd. 2 months left of the year of 2018, and we are kicking it into high gear, guys. And I want to set the tone, set the intention for this call. And for me personally, guys, when it comes to building the business or just helping people and sharing this as a whole, sharing this platform as a whole, my journey the last 2 years, I just hit my 2-year mark. It's absolutely surreal to look back over the last 24 months and see my personal growth and see the adventure I've been on, and just everything as full circle. But the biggest thing for me, and I'll share this with you guys as a preface, is building deep relationships and actually getting to understand where that person is coming from, the need in their life. It is so important that we understand that part, to finding the need as to why do they need to see this in the first place? Why should we send them an exposure link to be able to check this out? How is this going to be able to help them? And for me, for the longest time, I didn't really understand that concept. Even though I was still able to build the business, I didn't truly understand what it meant to find the need in somebody's life and go deeper in the conversation to help them. Because I saw this quote earlier today. It was talking about business and everything. I'll read it to you. It said, "In business, it will always turn out to be a numbers game until you find a real connection with people." And that's been the biggest thing for me. And for those of you who know me on a more friendship type level, is I want to be that person who comes in and can help you. I don't want to just look at you as a number, and I don't. My intentions are pure. I want to help you succeed in whatever area that you want to grow and whatever pace that you want to take this. We just got to communicate. So this call, setting the intention, is for me to come in here and show you guys a game plan when it comes to working with social media, and more specifically with Facebook. This is something that I've been back testing and consistently doing for the last several weeks, and my results have been amazing. It's been absolutely phenomenal, and I want to share this with you guys moving forward. So with that being said, okay, let me actually dive in to my sleeves. Always my sleeves are rolled up. So I'll actually want to share with you my routine when it comes to this. And so my social media routine, again, this is more Facebook driven. You can do this with Instagram. It's obviously a little different because Instagram is a different platform as a whole. But Facebook, okay, I'm going to kind of dive into this really quickly. And for those hopefully you guys are taking notes, because this is my routine. Okay, I have my day-to-day routine, and when it comes to getting on here, social media, things like that, this is what I do on a day-to-day basis, rain or shine, every day. I don't miss it. And when it comes to building this business, you have to really ask yourself, I talked about this on a previous call, your desire. Not really about what you want, but your desire level. And whatever your desire level is, you've got to make sure that your work ethic and your belief matches that desire. Otherwise, you're going to be in la la land. You're going to stay in the same spot that you are right now. So my desire level is to go chairman and beyond. That's me. That's what my desire level is. So you've got to get clear with that for yourself, with what you want, and you've got to match that work ethic. I don't want to just treat this like a hobby. I'm going to get hobby style results. I'm not going to get paid, right? I'm going to treat this seriously so I can get paid seriously. Serious money. So with that being said, it takes a serious type of work ethic and a serious type of impact. But when I say work ethic, I want you guys to understand working smarter is the name of the game. We're going to put in some work, but we're going to work smarter through the process. And I need you guys to have in the back of your mind a couple things to posture up. Okay, you are an asset to people. Don't ever exclude somebody unless they're just not qualified at all whatsoever. Don't prejudge anybody. Give everyone a chance. Give everyone an opportunity. I say that because if you look at Austin Godsey, I remember he said this. We were in London this past year, and he said at one of the events we went to, it was like the day he got out of jail, somebody had put him on a list to hit up, and he was introduced to network marketing the day he got out of jail, or whatever the story was, something crazy. And you never know when you're gonna meet somebody like that who's gonna come into your business, come into your organization, and just blow everything up. So don't prejudge. Have that mentality of you're an asset. You've got something amazing. You've got, pure gold in front of you, and you have the ability to truly help people. And if you continue to plug into the services and the education and the tools and the resources, you will truly understand how powerful this is. And I'm not going to, make any claims on here, but I will tell you this: just within the last 24 hours the other day, I grew my account by 11%. And that was just as a testimony to you guys by plugging into Chance and Sam's IMO TV session for the last almost 90 days, consistently, rain or shine, finding a consistent trading plan, a clear trading plan, and a consistent profitable strategy that works with my schedule, okay, and understanding proper risk management. And it's just growing my account and having a set amount every single week. I understand how powerful this is, and it only drives my belief even further and increasing that. It's no longer, do I believe in this? I'm certain with what's in front of me. So you've got to get that with yourself. You got to understand the value of what's in front of us. You've got to see the vision of where this can take you. And number one, understand why you're doing this in the first place, because that book, Start With Why by Simon Sinek, is so, so, so powerful. And that's what I personally try to do in every single conversation that I have with someone, is I start with why as we get into the conversation. Why are you doing what you're doing? And I get into my why I decided to do what I'm doing, because that's what creates relatability. People relate to people. They don't relate to your service or your product. They relate to why you do what you do. So get clear with that for yourself. So I want to do a rundown with you guys in what my personal routine looks like when it comes to my social media, how I get my exposures on a day-to-day basis, and grow and scale my organization by 5 to 10% a week, every single week. Okay, because that's what Jason Brown taught us. That's something that we should be focusing on a week-to-week basis, is not just growing our trading account by a certain percentage, but also growing our organization by a certain percentage. And for me, for my trading account, it's 10% a week. For my business, it's roughly 5 to 10% a week that I'm looking to grow it. And that's the numbers that he provided. Chairman 500, somebody you want to take advice from. So with that being said, guys, let me dive into this. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you, but for those that are taking notes, take notes on this. Feel free to pause, whatever it may be, as we go through this. So I take 30 minutes to do the next couple things that I'm about to say. There's like 6 different things, but it takes me 30 minutes to do this, okay? 30 minutes, I'll set a timer, I'll do my thing, and I'll kind of gauge how long it took me, and it took me about 30 minutes on a consistent basis. So with that being said, I start off my social media routine, and I'll sit down for 30 minutes, like I said, and I'm going to go on Facebook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the search bar, Gary Vaynerchuk or Tai Lopez, some kind of influencer, okay? And the reason why I say those 2 names and not somebody else, I mean, you guys can do Tony Robbins. You guys can do, people like that. The reason why I personally don't do Tony Robbins is because it really attracts more of an older crowd. And my personal customer avatar, okay, they're more my age. And Gary Vee and Tai Lopez really attract the younger crowd, 18, 20, 25, 30-year-old individuals. And that's personally what I'm going for. So if that vibes with you, go for it. Maybe you're like, yo, Abby, I'm cool with Tony Robbins, or maybe you're like Grant Cardone, whatever it may be. The reason why I do Gary Vee and Tai Lopez, I like to have purpose in everything that I do and have strategy and intention. The reason why I do them more specifically, not just for the age and the demographic and things like that, but more so because they're not specific on what they're targeting. Like Grant Cardone, everybody knows him for his real estate, and so I know that the majority of people that are going on his page are looking for not only how to make money, but they're more focused on real estate. And that's already their mentality. And so I want to go to people like Gary Vaynerchuk and Tai Lopez, because they're not, Tai Lopez is, he's sharing a bunch of things. It's not just one thing. Everyone that's going to Tai is looking to expand their mind, grow themselves, maybe make some money, whatever it may be. That's what I'm looking for. People who are already, somewhat entrepreneurial based, or have an open mind and a willingness to change. So my personal customer avatar, if you're wondering, or if you have no idea what that even means, is I will literally write out the qualities and the characteristics of the people that I want to work with. And that includes, coachable. For me, I wrote it out. I want to help people that are coachable and positively influential entrepreneurs. That's the type of person that I want to personally work with, because they're already open-minded. They're already, looking for a way to increase and improve and expand their life. So that's just a perfect way for me. Anyways, I wanted to preface that. I wanted to give you guys the reasoning behind that so you understand why I'm doing that in the first place. So let me share my screen with you. I'm going to bounce back and forth from this. Okay. So I'm actually going to go to Facebook to show you guys. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example. Oops, not that. So I'm going to go to Gary Vaynerchuk. This is someone that I've been working with. And honestly, guys, if you have other influencers that you know of that you want to tap into, go for it. Gary is just somebody that I've been focusing on the last several weeks. And so I'll go to his page. This takes a little bit to load. So what I'll do is I'll scroll down, or I'll just go to right here on the side where it says posts, and I'll see his most recent post. But give me a sec, because this is loading. And what I'll do once I pull up his post, I'll show you guys exactly what I do. Is I will add, honestly, anywhere between 20 to 30 people. Sometimes I'll add more, just because I want to. And I've done the ratios. If I add 20 people, about half will actually add me back. So if I want more people to add me back, I'll add more people. Make sense? Okay, finally this is loading. So, I can even do this, right? So many people are working jobs they hate because they're buying dumb and expensive stuff. Rest people they don't care about. Okay, cool. Like there's 200 likes on this. I could go there, 50 likes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's keep going. See more. As this is loading down here, I'm going to give you guys an example with this. So 200 likes. I usually look for posts that have a lot of likes. So I have a lot more room to play with people. And so I'll open this up. Give me one sec here. And I'll show you guys what I do. All right, awesome. Mason liked it. Okay. So what I'll do, for example, so I'll hover over their name. Guys, I don't go to the comments. I don't go to any of that. I go straight to the likes, and I'm looking to add 20 to 30 people. For me personally, 20 to 30 people is my recommendation on here, because you want people to add you back. I'm not going to chase anyone. If they add me back, cool. If they don't, no big deal. Not a big deal. So I'm basically looking to see, like, number one, are they a real person? And I'm not going to know right off the bat, but I can tell, like, okay, cool. I can see their profile picture. They have a family. They live in North Carolina. Awesome. I'm going to add that person. Okay. Now let's check out this next person. No. And it's just like, you guys can probably gauge if you want to add that person or not. You just get a certain vibe, if that makes sense. So let's try this guy. Okay, cool. Focus. Let's do that. Okay. All right, cool. Add you. So I'm just literally going through and I'm catching the vibe based on their profile. This guy is in Australia. That's pretty dope. So you guys can find people from all over the world. I can't see his information, so I'm not going to add him. Or I can't see at least some of it, right? So it's cool is, like, you're not only, like, finding entrepreneurial type people who don't have that employee fixate mindset, right? They're actually open, and they're all over the world. That's really cool. So, okay, I don't really like their cover photo. So anyways, I'll just go through this. Again, this will take me, my Wi-Fi usually isn't this slow. I think it's because I'm on Zoom, but this will usually take me about 5 to 10 minutes. Nothing crazy. So I'll do that. And I'll tell you how I go back and I message them in a minute. So I have right here, this is like my own personal, like, day-to-day routine, but I'm just going to show you right here, okay, what I'm focusing on, where it says social media routine, okay? So I added 20 to 30 new people on Facebook, and then they're not all going to add me right away. So I'm going to do some things in between, right? So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and tell every single person on my Facebook list a happy birthday, whose birthday is today. So let me go to my homepage. Okay. And I already told everyone happy birthday, so I'm not going to do it again. But there's 8 people that had a birthday today. And so, for example, I'll go and I'll open up their page. So this guy, Hector, which I actually want to show you guys what I'm going to start doing. So I'm going to open up in a new link. I'm going to go to his page. And I actually, guys, I updated the builder's guide. So I personally think it's a lot more clean. There's not as much like scattered stuff. It's in order, all that good stuff. This right here where it says step 2, exhaust your warm market. This is definitely a way for you guys to start conversation with somebody that's in your warm market, maybe their friends, family, or acquaintances. Okay, you can use this as an example. All right. Or maybe it's someone also, that's what I wanted to say, someone that you may have found offline, whatever, right? You already kind of met them in person, you got their social media, catch up, form them, and then get into basically what I talk about right here, okay? And then I have an entire pipeline example, which I'm going to break down to you right now. And so happy birthdays, that's where I'm going. So right here, I have a place for you guys all to tell everyone happy birthday. So you can just copy and paste this, okay? And I already told him happy birthday. But what I do on their page, I go ahead and I like their profile picture and their cover photo and maybe a post that they already had. So I already did that. So I'm going to show you guys the messages that we had earlier. Okay, so I just was playing around. So basically, I told him happy birthday, sending him vibes your way, cheers. He said thanks. I did this GIF. Now, the one thing that I want to kind of give to you guys is, for example, instead of just saying happy birthday, right, I will follow up maybe later that day or the next day, after they say thank you or, you're awesome, thanks for thinking of me, whatever they say, they'll appreciate you for reaching out as a Facebook friend, right? I'll usually reply. This is literally what I just kind of wrote down earlier today, so I didn't do it on that one. But what you guys can do is after they respond to you, you can say something like, of course, or you're welcome. I hope you enjoyed, right? And I ask them a question, right? What's one thing you're wanting to improve or increase going into this next year, going into this next chapter? So you're starting a new conversation, and it's still relevant to their birthday, to the fact that they're a year older, they're diving into this new chapter. What's one area, okay, what's one thing that you're wanting to improve or increase? I just started doing this today. Now, I'm sharing this with you because I think this could be really powerful. You're opening up a question to talk about how they're wanting to improve an area of their life. If they say anything about money, financial, community, social, whatever it may be, you have the ability to go in and talk about or invite them to an exposure. Simple, so simple. And as you guys do this, feel free to talk about it with me. If you guys have any questions, let's do it. So that's that with that guy. Okay, so that's birthdays. Hope that makes sense. Super simple. I do that every day because out of 365 days in an entire year, you have the ability to talk to every single person on your friends list. This is something that Jason talks about, Jason Brown. So after I do that, I'll do, that doesn't take me very long. I'll engage with 20 people, roughly, I would say 10 to 20 people's posts on my Facebook. So I'll give you an example, right? Okay, so this person made a post. And if I find that I'm not consistently interacting with somebody's post, then I will probably unfriend them because I just don't like their content, or they're not, they're not valuable, or they're not coachable, whatever it may be, right? So I actually know this person. If you know who Cole Hatter is, this is his wife. Cole Hatter spoke at a few Tai Lopez conferences and with Grant Cardone and all those other cool people. He's really, really amazing. He's into real estate though. Okay, just liking, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm just like, I'm liking, and then when I see an opportunity to comment, because I relate to it, okay, this guy's cool, but I actually think I already commented on this, so I'm not going to comment again. This is from the other day. So I could comment, you go girl. Like, I'm just like, you're spreading love, guys, right? I'm wanting to be relevant. Does that make sense? Relevant. The doors that are being opened are only the beginning. Shout out to the higher power. Better days are here. Wow. Amen. I'm just like commenting, right? There you go. And then you can add an emoji. I usually always add an emoji. Guys, just be creative. Like, doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like, you just want to remain relevant. I don't know what just happened. You just want to remain relevant in that person. And eventually, like, there was a girl, actually, that's good that we went to my page. There's a woman that is getting crazy engagement on her page, and she was like all over my page today. I'll show you guys. So this is another thing I'm about to show with you as well. So this girl right here, she was commenting and liking like a ton of my posts. There she is again right here. I'll show you guys as soon as this loads. Like, she was just commenting, and there she is again. There she is again. And then here she is. She said, your posts are so great, setting you to see first now. I've missed too many. So we've been friends for about a few weeks now, and I actually sent her an exposure to that Women Who Win Worldwide thing or whatever. And she was like, that was really cool. That's amazing. She does real estate. She has her own company and whatever. So I'm not pushing anything. Like, I'm letting them come to me. But when I see a need in their life, I'm going to share it. I'm an asset. I know that. And so you get people like that. And so when you start to do that to other people, they're going to take note of you, and y'all can get in each other's inbox and start having a conversation. And if you find a need in their life on how you can share this with them, game over. Game over. So the next thing that I do, I engage with 20 people's posts, just like I was showing you. And then after that, I reply to all the comments on my posts, which is something I still need to do because I've actually been posting a lot more lately, and I didn't realize how much engagement I would get. Like, I have to reply back to all these people, all these people, all these people, these people, like, ridiculous. So it's a good thing. It's good problems to have, but you got to make sure that you're doing that because that keeps you relevant, and you start to see the same people interacting with your posts. Go interact with their posts. Go actually, if you see somebody that's consistently commenting or liking your stuff, go to their page and like kind of spam them in a way of liking their stuff and commenting a little bit, because then you'll be like, damn, who's this girl, right? Who's this girl? Who's this guy coming on my page and liking all my stuff? Like, that gives, like, that's a dopamine rush. And so I'll get in their inbox immediately after that, and I'll say, hey man, or hey girl, really, really appreciate all the love and support on my page. You're crushing it as well. How's your 2018 been? Or what other 2018 goals do you want to achieve before the end of the year? Like, whatever, goals. Like, we're all open-minded. So goals are like something that we go towards. So hope that makes sense. That's something that I do next. It honestly doesn't take me very long. Today has been a crazy, crazy day. And then I'll do all of my follow-ups from yesterday's exposure. So this is something I actually just did, and I just got my new exposures right now. So what I'll do is I'll go to my tracker, however you guys stay organized with your follow-ups. These were my exposures from today. And so tomorrow, what I'll do is, in that order, I'll go back and I'll search these guys' names and I'll follow up with them. I'll say, hey, and I have it all right here, guys. Okay. Follow up. What's up, Jake? Hope you rocked your day. Hope you had an amazing day. However you guys want to say it. Just checking in with you. What did you like best about the video? That's all you gotta say. Right there. Really cool, right? Do you have any questions? And then you edify whoever you're gonna get on a three-way call with. Guys, it's really that simple. It is that simple. It is that simple. I have it all right here. Like, this is dumb simple. I did not have this when I first started. And I know that if I can go P1000 in a 90-day time period without this, y'all can do it in half the time. I'm just being real. just being real. So, and then lastly, for those of you that have friend requests, because you will start to get more friend requests as you start to become a more valuable person, you put out more valuable content. Right now, I've already shown this to a couple people. Friend requests. I have 400 friend requests. So what I'll do is to take this down a notch is every day I'll go in here and I'll add 20 to 30 new people. This does take a little longer time, so I might not even do 30 or 20. I might just do 10. But I don't add everybody. Like, I can already tell, like, no, like, I don't want to add that person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys can already kind of tell if you want to add some certain people. But mostly, I open up their page because what I want to do is, for example, this guy, Carlos, okay? I'm going to give you an example of what I do. And again, it's all right here in the Builder's Guide. I'm going to show you guys in just a second. Okay, as soon as this guy's page opens, cool. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Yes, heck yeah. So this guy, I'm pretty positive just based on, like, he has a ton of engagement. But that does not intimidate me. You know, the fact that he might have an already pre-existing business doesn't matter because I'm an asset to people who need what I have or who are open to checking this out or how this could benefit them in some way, shape, or form. That's the mentality. So what I'll do, they're adding me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to like, okay, well, I can't yet. So I got to confirm their friend request. Some people, they can't even like their stuff yet. So I'll go to his profile picture. I might just love it, okay? And then I'll go to his cover photo. I'll like it. I might even comment. Like, I might be like, got that right. You know, just, you know, something like that, right? Just being simple. One day your life will flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth watching. Yes. Boom. Just, right? Super, super simple. Super simple. So that's what I'll do. And then since they added me, I'm going to message them. So for example, okay, I have right here where it says pipeline example, when you send a message, if you add them, which is what I'm going to show you when I did with Gary Vee, I'm going to show you guys what to do. Now, if they add you, this is what you do. And this is just what I say. Y'all can do it in any way that you want. This is just an example that I've been doing and it's been working. It's been effective, I should say. So I'll say, what's up, fam? Appreciate the ad. And then I'll sending good vibes your way. How's your 2018 so far? So what I'll do is I'll copy and paste this. What's up, fam? Appreciate the ad. Sending good vibes your way. How's your 2018 so far? And you know what? This guy has a pretty awesome page, like a really cool page. Like most people, you know, they're decent and you can say this, but for this guy, more like he just liked my stuff. I just slammed his page. He's now on my page, as you can see right here. He just went all the way back in my profile. So I could say, you know, just be creative. You have a really awesome page. Or I could say really inspiring page. Sending good vibes your way. How's your 2018 so far? Boom. You could say that. Like super, super simple, right? So I'll do that for about 10, 15, 20 people that have friend requested me. And then what I'm going to show you guys right now, the last part, is after I do that, like, to be honest, guys, this usually takes me about 30 minutes if I'm in my zone, and you guys can do it from your phone too, okay? What I'll do is I'll reply. I'll take an hour. Guys, this whole process takes me about an hour and a half to 2 hours. If you're building this business on a serious level, you can dedicate an hour and a half to 2 hours on a daily basis. Period. Do you want to make serious money or not? I know people that dedicate more time to this, but this is what I do. And this is what I recommend to start. So next part is, and the last part is to reply back to all of your messages. So by this time, you will start to have people adding you back that you added from Gary Vee's site, or even have people from yesterday that you added now adding you back. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go back to the Builder's Guide, or however you guys want to do it. here's what you said. If you add them, and you will get, see, he already messaged me. Cool. So I want to give you guys an example, but I don't think that I have one right now because I already messaged everyone back, most people. So typically you will get if somebody adds you on Facebook, okay? I can't give you an example because I already added everyone back. But typically if somebody adds you, okay, you will see in your messenger, it'll say like, you're now friends with so-and-so. You can talk to so-and-so, whatever it'll say. So I'll click on that message, okay? And what I'll do, I will actually, hold on one second. I will actually open up that message and I'll literally just copy and paste this. Hey, I added you from Gary Vee's page. Guys, the reason why I'm saying it like this, and I've back tested this so much. I'm like, I don't wanna beat around the bush. I don't wanna like act weird or pitchy or anything like that. I added you from Gary Vee's page. That's it. That's where I found you. Hands down, he's my favorite entrepreneur. What about you? So that's what I say, to just get into a conversation with them. And again, why am I going on Gary's page? Because he's an entrepreneur. I'm looking for coachable entrepreneurs, and they're already open-minded. Like, it just makes sense. So I want to know, who's your favorite entrepreneur? Who's your favorite, role model, influencer, whatever it may be? And a lot of people just say Gary Vee. And then I'll ask them, why? Why do you like him? How has he helped you? And all of these questions, guys, are right here. I basically break it down for you. And it's very simple. So I'll go and I'll say that, and I'll basically copy and paste this. Hey, I added you from Gary Vee's page. Hands down, he's my favorite entrepreneur. What about you? And then we'll just have a conversation. And what I kind of break down to you guys in that conversation is to form them. Just a typical, where are you from? That's all. Like, most of them might be in business, or they might be trying to start something, or they have ideas. You have that. You have something to work with. But don't be intimidated because they may already have another business. But guys, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. You think in abundance. Think in an abundant mentality, okay? And so we're just talking, what about you? Oh, I love Gary Vee too. And a lot of them will start talking to you about how much that he's helped him, or how straightforward Gary is, and he's amazing. And I'll just I'll go right back into it. And I'm like, yeah, he's absolutely amazing. He's helped me so much in so many different ways, giving me perspective on truly what I want to do with my life. And they're like, yeah, totally, me too. Then they're actually the ones who ask me what I do first, which is kind of cool. But typically I try to ask them what they do first, but whatever works, right? Or they'll ask me where I'm from because they like the conversation so far. We're just vibing right now. And then we get into, that's awesome, man. It's awesome to connect with you. Where are you from? Or what kind of business ventures are you doing? Or what kind of, whatever it is. Like, we can just dive in because we're already vibing and we have similar interests and we've connected. I hope that makes sense. That's where I'm really trying to, that's my strategic intention for the beginning of the conversation. And I give you an example right here. And so I'm forming them. I'm doing my thing. When they ask me, what do I do? I'm giving you guys my example of what I would say. And the reason why I say it like this is because it's very welcoming, and it's not, I don't know, it's not weird, but it allows me to be like, long story short, and it allows me to be relatable. That's what I'm trying to say. Long story short, I graduated college studying genetics, and now I trade crypto and in the Forex market. That's all I say. But it allows me to relate and somewhat get my story out there little by little, if that makes sense. And then they're going to ask, majority of them have been like, wow, that's such a transition. Or, how did you get involved with that? So I'm just giving you an example of what they might say. So for you, it's going to be a little different, right? And then for me, from there, I'm at a point right now where, guys, we're controlling the conversation, and I can get into that conversation and voice message them. I was on a call earlier today, a Facebook Live, and they were talking about how, voice messages are everything. And for those of you who have been in the business for a minute, you understand how powerful voice messaging is. And so with that being said, I'll get in there and I'll voice message and I'm sharing my why with why I started this. So guys, that's the biggest thing that I want you guys to understand. Like you'll even see on my Facebook page, on my bio, it says start with why. Start with why, right? And so I start with my why and I share why I got started with that in the first place. So this allows me to segue from where I was to what I'm doing now. They're interested, they're intrigued. And so I can just dive in. So basically, this is just a summary of what I would say, but I'm just voice messaging, it's been a crazy journey. The last 2 years for me, I was in over $100,000 student loan debt when I graduated from university, and I was needing an extra $500 coming in every single month to afford those payments. Out-of-state tuition is crazy. I was intimidated by my future. Like, I'm just being vulnerable right now with them, and I'm sharing with them where I was, right? And then I'm going to cast the vision. 2 years later, it's turned into something so much more than just a side hustle, than just side money, whatever. Like, I'm giving you guys an example with this. And then my next question, like, they're probably going to be like, wow, that's crazy, or that's awesome. What a story. Like, that's just kind of been the responses that I've been getting. And I have the ability now, because they're excited about this, or they're interested in learning more about my story, my transition. My golden question: have you ever invested before? Have you ever invested before? Guys, I kid you not. This is a phenomenal segue and somewhat of a peak interest question, because this is what I even wrote down for myself. Ask my peak interest question to 10 people. Because if you ask a peak interest question to people, it's going to pique their interest. And that is the gateway to you getting an invite. And that is the gateway to getting an exposure. And what does everybody always say? Get 2 exposures a day, right? But how do you do that? You have to first invite them. But how do you do that? You have to ask the right questions, because if you ask the right questions, you'll get the right answers. And if you already know the answer to the question that you're asking, you have full control of the conversation. And what I broke down right here is majority of people, 9 times out of 10, people are going to say no. They've never invested before. But this could actually change, because you're talking to people that are more open-minded. They might have done stuff already. But most people are going to say no, but when you ask them this next question, do you plan to, or why not? Most of them are going to say, yeah, they plan to. That's a good thing. And one thing that I kind of wrote down here, which is very simple for you guys to just segue into, the invite is for sure, most people never do. They never invest, or they stop because they don't have the right information or guidance. That's valid. And that's mind expansion. That's like, wow, yeah, you're right. So for sure, most people never do. They never do invest, or they stop because they don't have the right information or guidance. They don't have that clarity. They don't have somebody giving them the right direction, right? And then what I say after that is, money, but money is the hardest worker out there. And it's definitely important that we get it to work for us. We get it working for us, right? And so that's kind of where I segue the conversation at. And they're like, yeah, that's right. Or yeah, I agree, definitely. And the next question that I kind of dive into is, would more time or more money help you right now? Or another question that I like to ask them is, if time or money weren't an issue and you knew you couldn't fail, what would you be doing with your life right now, right? And so this question literally it's just a validation question. It's like, okay, now I know exactly what you need. Not only do you want to invest, or you have the intention to get your money to work for you in some way, shape, or form, but you want more time, but you want more money, but this is what you actually want to do with your life, right? Not work at your job that you don't like, not go to school and get this degree that you're never going to use, right? It's you want to go out and travel, you want to go on adventures, you want to go do whatever. So now I know where you stand, and I can invite them to an exposure. So here's an example of what you could say as you're inviting them to an exposure. Cool, same for me. This is just an example, guys. Be creative, okay? Don't just copy and paste everything I have. It's just an example. But I could say, that's awesome. if I shared with you some information that has been able to help myself as well as many others create more money or create more time or financially increase their life, would you check it out? This is just an example. 8 times out of 10, they're going to say yes. And then you send them a video. And I literally say, awesome, this is a short video about 10 minutes long, a good start for you, and we can talk further about it once you've watched it. And then you send them, guys, I'm honestly promoting whatisiml.com because it's short, sweet, to the point. It's a brief starter, like I said. And they're more receptive to responding to you regardless because you just built up a great conversation so far. You're talking to an open-minded individual, someone who's coachable, someone who's wanting change, who's interested, and this is a good starter for you. And then from there, you get them in touch, in contact with myself, with another leader, okay, who we can do a three-way call with, and basically just validate what they just watched, answer any questions, and if they need to see another exposure or need further clarity on something, we can guide them in that direction. And it's literally just a cycle that repeats until they get started or they realize that this is not for them, and that's okay. Because we're not looking for everyone. We're looking for coachable entrepreneurs who need financial freedom, who are wanting financial freedom through this skill set. Now, let's just say, for example, you invite them and they say no, they're not interested. No worries. I wrote down here, if they say no, not interested, hey, no problem. This isn't for everyone, but who do you know that would want to double their monthly income and take control of their financial future? That's it. And most of them say, oh, I don't know anyone, or I might know some people, or some of them just look at you like, did I really just say no to that question? You know what I mean? And so you guys can play it off, or you could say, no problem. Is it cool with you if I update you with my success in the next 30 days, 90 days? However you guys want to say it. This is just an example. So I hope that helped for you, because that's literally what I do on a day-to-day basis. Like, I'm giving you guys everything that I do. That is what I do. And I use this builder's guide as well. The same one that I've sent out to you guys. Okay? And that's it. That's it. And then I'll take some time if I have any follow-ups, like if I have to send somebody a certain video at a certain time, or if I have to, if we have an event and I'm following up with people, I have an alarm set on my phone for when I need to follow up with them. So that doesn't take very long. But that's what I do. An hour and a half, maybe 2 hours every single day. I'll sit down and I'll run through this. And so, and then I also have my tracker like I showed you guys. And so with that being said, I hope that made sense for you. That's really all that I wanted to kind of run through. And as you guys go through this, make sure that you're asking questions, you're jumping in the inbox of those that are here to help you and support you along the way, because this is something that's extremely, extremely powerful. I just got off a call with Jason last night, and he was telling me just all these things when it comes to business and how, like for me personally, I've felt stuck for the last couple months. And that's normal. But what's not okay is staying stuck and not seeking out a solution. And so this is something that has been helping me, and I hope you guys take advantage of it. If this works for you, it's something that you can apply to your Instagram page. And it's something that you can apply whether you're using Tinder or Bumble or whatever it may be. You can funnel them to your Facebook. You can funnel them to your Instagram, and you can do the exact same thing. And so that's really what I have for you guys. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I will talk to you guys later.